Students, whatever homework is given to you, you have to submit it on the very next day between 8 am to 1 pm to the given WhatsApp number, and it is compulsory to submit your homework as your attendance will be marked on the basis of your submission.
Good morning, children. Previous class we learned about what's a circle and what's the definition of the tangent to a circle. What was the tangent of a circle? That means when a line which is touching a single point on a circle, that is called by the name tangent of a circle. That already discussed in the previous class. And one more theorem also explained. What was the theorem? The tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. That means, suppose if you have drawn one tangent to a circle, this is a tangent. Why it is called tangent? Already mentioned you that this line is touching, this line is also in the same plane. Line touches the circle in a single point. So try. This is why it is called by the name tangent of a circle. And this tangent and this point is called the point of contact. This tangent is perpendicular to the radius drawn through the point of contact. That means OP is the radius and this will be perpendicular to the tangent. This also we have learned in the previous class. What do you understand by the term tangent and what is that theorem statement, and that theorem's application also we did it in the exercise. Now you might have cleared about that all things. Next, now today what you are going to see that number of tangents from a point on a circle. That means you can see that when you are drawing a circle in a plane, the points, there are points which will lie inside the circle, which may be on the circle, and points may be outside the circle. So how can you draw, or how many tangents will be there if a point will be on the circle, if a point will be outside the circle, if a point will be inside the circle. Okay? Now, first one, there is no tangent to a circle passing through a point lying inside the circle. Case number 1. Okay. This case, you can see that here case number 1 I already mentioned here that one circle is drawn and point P which is inside the circle. So try. Now, can you draw any tangents? No, not at all. This will be called by the name because this line is touching the circle in how many points? 2 points. That means it will be converted into what? Secant. It's not a tangent, it's a secant. Okay. That also I mentioned to you yesterday that means when it is touching at the 2 points, this will be called by the name secant of the circle. This line is called a secant. So here, first point, what you want to understand that there is no tangent to a circle passing through a point lying inside the circle. Second case, what is that if a point is on the circle, that means here this point P is on the circle. How many tangents you can draw? You can draw one and only one tangent to a circle passing through a point on the circle. So now on the circle also you got that. How many tangents? One and only one tangent. Now last case, that means how many tangents you can draw if a point is lying outside the circle. Here one circle I have drawn and a point P outside I have marked. So try. How many tangents you can draw? You can draw exactly 2 tangents. Which are they? PA and PB. I mentioned here that. So how many tangents for the circle? Exactly 2 tangents to a circle through a point lying outside the circle. So let us summarize these all things together. There is no tangent to a circle passing through a point lying inside the circle. There is one and only one tangent to a circle passing through the point on the circle. And there are exactly 2 tangents. When it is 2 tangents, when a point is lying outside the circle. So these are the cases of 3 cases we have already seen that. When the point is lying inside the circle, when the point is on the circle, and when the point is outside the circle. So you might have cleared that what is tangent and how many tangents you can draw if the position of the points are in various various positions. That means of the circle. That means inside or outside or on the circle. Okay, children. Now let us move on. One more theorem here, that is theorem number 10.2. Its definition, it's a statement. It is telling that the length of the tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. That means already we have mentioned that how many tangents you can draw to a circle passing through a point outside. We already seen that there are exactly 2 tangents. Now how will be this tangent? What is the length of these tangents? That means suppose P is a point outside the circle and 2 tangents we already drawn here, which are there PA and PB. Their lengths will be equal. That means we can say that PA and PB are equal. That means length of the tangents from the point P outside the circle, that will be equal. 2 tangents only you can draw. That length of the tangents also will be equal. This is given in the form of a theorem that, what is the theorem? The length of the tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. Drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. 2 tangents can be drawn and their lengths are also should be equal. PA and PB are equal. These are the various points you have to take into consideration while solving the next exercise. Okay, let us move on to the exercise number 10.2. Okay. Now look at the exercise 10.2, first question. What was that question? Look at that. From a point Q, that means outside one point is given Q for a circle, the length of the tangent. So we have drawn one tangent here. What is the tangent? PQ. PQ length is given that 24. Now the distance of Q from center, so I marked here center as O. This distance is also given that 25. Now you have to find out the radius. Here, which theorem you will apply? Theorem number 10.1. What was that theorem? The radius, the tangent to a circle is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. Here P is the point of contact of this tangent. Therefore, OP is the radius. So what you can say that OP is perpendicular to PQ. Clear for you? That means the application of theorem number 10.1. Tangent to a circle is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. So here P is the point of contact, therefore OP is perpendicular to PQ. Here one right angle triangle is formed. Which right angle triangle? Triangle OPQ. Then which theorem you will apply? Pythagoras theorem, obviously. So what you can say that this is the hypotenuse. That you already know that the 90-degree angles, opposite side is the hypotenuse. Therefore OQ square is equal to OP square plus PQ square. From there all the values you are going to put it. Then what is the only unknown value here? PQ is the OP is the unknown value. That means the radius of the circle, OP. From here you will get that OP square is equal to 25 square minus 24 square. That means you will get that 49. That means root of 49 OP will be is equal to 7. That means the length, the radius of this given circle according to the given statement. But you can say that radius of the circle is 7 centimeter. Clear for you, children? Now exercise 10.2, question number 2. But given one figure is given that, and figure TP and TQ are the tangents. So you can see here that these both are the tangents. Point T is the outside the circle and O is the center, and this angle is given 110 degree. The angle is given. Then angle PTQ. That means we have to find out this angle. Okay, this is the angle you have to find out. Now for this purpose again we have to apply that theorem number 10.1. Means tangent at a circle is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. So here we can see that this is a quadrilateral. Okay, the quadrilateral sum of all the angles in previous class you have learned that is equal to 360. And if you are knowing all the other 3 angles, then you can obviously find out the 4th angle. Clear for you? Now this angle already we know that by the application of theorem it will be is equal to 90 because TP is the tangent, OP is the radius. Therefore angle this one OPT, that is equal to 90. Same way this one also, angle OQT is also 90. Why it is so? Because TQ is the tangent, OQ is the radius. Therefore, this will be perpendicular. For angle OQT is also is equal to 90. So, 3 angles already you got it. This is already given that 110. This one is 90. This one is 90. Now, only one angle is remaining here, which is that angle. Angle P2Q is the angle remaining. So, by application of that theorem, which we have learned in the previous class, that means sum of all the angles in a quadrilateral is 360 degree. For applying that theorem, all the other 3 angles value you have put. Then finally you are going to get which angle? Only the unknown quantity, that is angle PTQ. That means 90 plus 110 equal to 360. This angle also. Now that angle will be is equal to 360 minus 290. It will be is equal to 70 degree. Okay children. So here application of that sum of all the angles and the theorem of statement. Okay. Exercise 10.2 question number 3. Puts that statement again angle sum only. What was that? The tangents PA and PB from a point P. 2 tangents were drawn, PA and PB, with center O are inclined at an angle of 80 degree. That means these tangents are inclined at an angle of 80 degree. That means angle APB is given that 80. Question is that angle POA is equal to. That means this angle you have to find out. For that purpose, you are again going to take that quadrilateral, which is the quadrilateral. OAPB quadrilateral, sum of all angles is equal to 360. This angle is already given that 80. This one and this one you are knowing that by theorem 10.1 90. So obviously you will get which angle you will get that? You will get angle AOB. That means that full angle you will get it as that 100. Because 90 plus 80 plus 90 plus angle AOB is equal to 360. Now angle AOB is equal to 360 minus 260 is equal to 100. Now look at that 100, this is the full angle. Okay, this full angle is equal to, you have got as that 100. But you are in need of which angle? This much only. Which one? Angle AOP, yeah, POA. That will be only you are knowing. Now being the congruency of the triangle, these 2 triangles are congruent. That you are knowing that previous classes you have learned about the how to prove that 2 triangles to be congruent. That means this triangle OAP and OBP are congruent. By RHS theorem you can say that, and because of that what you can say that obviously these 2 angles also should be equal. These 2 angles. That means angle POA and angle POB will be equal. That means what you can say that OP is the bisector. OP is the bisector. That means that the angle is dividing into equal parts. For that congruency I am not showing here in this class. Because we already know that these 2 triangles are congruent. Because of that these 2 angles also should be equal, which will be angle POA and angle POB should be equal. And this full angle you are knowing it as that 100. If it is equal, then each angle will be is equal to half of 100. That will be is equal to 50. Okay children, this is also similar sum only like last sum, but last sum it was asked the fully this angle, but here it is asked that other angle, that is half of this angle. Now question number 6 of the exercise. The length of the tangent from a point A at a distance of 5 from the center of the circle. Here one point is given A outside the circle and one tangent is also drawn. The tangent I marked it as AB is the tangent. And the distance of this point from the center, it's already given that how much? 5. You have to find out the radius of the circle. Same sum already explained in the first sum also. Now here also this angle you can say it as 90 degree. By this of by theorem number 10.1. Now triangle OBA, you can say apply the Pythagoras theorem because being it as a right angle triangle. So obviously hypotenuse on one side is given. So obviously you can find out the other side by application of the Pythagoras theorem in this sum. So OB square is equal to 5 square minus 4 square. It is equal to 25 minus 16 is equal to 9. That means OB is equal to root of 9 which is equal to 3. That means radius of the circle is equal to 3. Now one more sum is given in the question, that is question number 7. 2 concentric circles. Concentric circle, what is the meaning of concentric circle? Obviously you know that having the center same and radius different. That is known by the name concentric circle. Here two concentric circles are of radius 5 cm and 3 cm. So I am going to draw two circles which are of same center and radius different. Which are the radius? One is given that 5 cm and other one is 3 cm. Find the length of the chord of this larger circle which touches the smaller circle. That means it will be a chord of the second circle but will be a tangent of the first circle. I mean this is the first circle, the second circle. So if you are drawing a chord means you know that it's a line segment which will touch the which endpoints are on the circle. So larger circle's chord it should touch the smaller circle like this way. So AB is the chord for the bigger circle and it will be the tangent for the second circle. That means first circle. That means the inside circle. So here two concentric circles are given and this angle you know that obviously being this is a tangent. P is the point of contact. For OP will be equal to how much? Or angle OPB will be equal to how much? 90 degree. And OB is the radius of the bigger circle. Is it right? OB is the radius of the bigger circle, that means 5 cm. And OP is the radius of the smaller circle, that means is equal to 3 cm. Now question is that you have to find out the length of the chord. You understood the question? Two concentric circle I have drawn its center O and radius different. One is of radius 5 cm, other one is of radius 3 cm. And one chord for the bigger circle which is touching the smaller circle. So that means bigger circle's chord will be the tangent for the smaller circle. Now being the theorem application, you can say that angle OPB is equal to 90 degree. Why? Because according to the theorem, angle OPB is equal to 90. The tangent to a circle is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. This is the point of contact for the second circle. And angle OPB is equal to 90 and OB is the hypotenuse, that is 5 cm. Already know that OP is equal to 3 cm. So obviously you can find out the PB. Now again you are applying the Pythagoras theorem in triangle OPB. Which one you have to find out? PB square. PB square is equal to OB square minus OP square. What is OB square? It will be 5 square minus 3 square. That means 25 minus 9 equal to 16. That means PB square is equal to 16. So PB equal to root of 16 is equal to 4. Now in the previous class we already learned that in a circle if a chord is drawn and the radius if you are drawn towards this chord, it will be bisect the chord. It will be perpendicular as well it will bisect the chord, that already you have learned in the last year, 9th standard. That means the radius drawn perpendicularly to a chord bisect the chord. So here it is the perpendicular also and this is the chord also. Therefore PB is equal to how much I got that? 4. So AB will be is equal to how much? 2 times PB. That means 2 into 4 is equal to 8. Now you understood this sum clearly. This sum is important sum. Two concentric circle and one is AB is the chord of the bigger circle which touches the smaller circle at P. That means this one will be the tangent to this circle according to the Pythagoras theorem. This is a 90 degree, you know that. According to Pythagoras theorem you can find out PB. Now again apply the theorem which you have learned in the previous class, previous section. That means 9th standard you have learned that the radius drawn perpendicular to a chord bisect the chord. Therefore PB is equal to 4. Then obviously AB will be is equal to 8. This many sums only you have to learn from the you have to solve from the textbook. Okay. All the omitted portions I also omitted for the course. Now please complete this much sums which I already did it in the class in the homework book and then send to me as the PDF. Okay. Children, till then take care. Bye bye.